Hello, everyone who is back for more knowledge about veganism and its advantages for fitness. Today, I will talk about something most people are not aware, namely, of the growing research evidence about negative effects on health of eating fish. Thanks to its believed high quality protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and other elements, fish has been long regarded as a staple of a healthy diet. Nonetheless, there are some serious health risks linked to eating fish that should be noted and addressed. The main causes of these problems are environmental, contamination, and overconsumption. The main drawbacks of eating fish will be covered here, along with the supporting data from science. So, the first factor from which many health risks come from eating fish is mercury contamination. The harmful heavy metal mercury builds up in fish tissues, especially in large predatory species like sharks, swordfish, and tuna, which is consumed a lot here in the Western world. Given that industrial processes and coal combustion move mercury into water bodies, this contamination is the result of environmental pollution. Mercury levels in predatory fish is an increasing problem because of the heavy metals bioaccumulation in marine ecosystems, according to a study published in the Environmental Research in 2021. Some of the health risks that come as a consequence of it are neurological damage. Mercury exposure at high levels can harm the neural system, especially in developing fetuses and young children. According to research done by Panjian and others, sorry for the pronunciation of the last name, in 2020, pregnant women who eat fish contaminated with mercury carry the risk of harming their unborn child's brain development. Also, because of this mercury contamination, is a cognitive impairment. Adults who have been exposed to mercury for an extended period of time may experience memory issues, decreased coordination, and other cognitive impairments. Also, cardiovascular problems. Some studies show that exposure to mercury may raise the risk of heart disease by offsetting the protective effects of omega-3 fatty acids. The second factor from which many health risks come from eating fish is microplastic pollution. You probably have heard about this. Maybe in regarding other areas of health. Due to extensive ocean and waterway pollution, microscopic plastic particles known as microplastics have made their way into the marine food chain. These particles are frequently ingested by fish and build up in their tissues before being consumed by people. Globally, both farm and wild fish are contaminated with microplastics. According to a 2022 study published in the Science of the Total Environment, some of the health risks that come as a consequence of it are toxic chemical exposure, hazardous substances such as pH phthalates and bisphenol A. Yes, tricky pronunciation. Hope it is correct. Otherwise known abbreviation BPA, found in microplastics, are endocrine disruptors that can interfere hormonal balance, according to a study of 2021. Cellular damage. According to research, microplastics might cause oxidative stress and inflammation in human cells, study of 2017. There's also unknown long-term effects. Although research is still ongoing to fully understand the impact of microplastic intake on human health, preliminary results are alarming. The third factor from which many health risks come from eating fish is parasites and foodborne illnesses. Undercooked or raw fish like sashimi and sushi can harbor dangerous bacteria like Vibrio and Salmonella, or parasites like Anisakis. Consuming raw fish has been associated with an increase in parasitic infections, according to a study published in Foodborne Pathogens and Disease 2021. Some of the health risks that come as a consequence of it are parasite infections, gastrointestinal symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and abdominal discomfort can be brought on by parasite infections, study of 2021. Bacterial infections also. People with weakened immune systems may get severe foodborne infections as a result of eating seafood that is contaminated, study of 2019. Also, allergic reactions. Certain fishborne parasites can cause allergic reactions in some individuals. The fourth factor from which many health risks come from eating fish is polychlorinated biphenyls, otherwise known as in abbreviation PCBs and dioxins. Toxic industrial chemicals like PCBs and dioxins stay in the environment and build up in fish, especially fatty fish like salmon and herring. The dangers of prolonged exposure to these substances were emphasized by meta-analysis published in the Environmental Health Perspectives in 2018. Some of the health risks that come as a consequence of it are cancer. Long-term exposure to PCBs and dioxins may raise risk of developing cancer, as they are both categorized as probable human carcinogens. Also, because of it, reproductive problems. According to a study of 2019, these substances have the potential to cause problems with the reproductive hormones and impair fertility. Also, there's an immune system damage. PCBs and dioxins have the potential to impair immunity, increasing the body's susceptibility to diseases. The fifth factor from which many health risks come from eating fish is allergies. One of the top 8 dietary allergens. Fish can trigger allergic reactions in those who are susceptible. The frequency and severity of fish allergies around the world were covered in a review published in the Allergy 2020. Some of the health risks that come as a consequence of it are starting from mild symptoms like hives, itching, swelling, ending with severe reactions like anaphylaxis. For example, it's an allergic reaction that can be fatal and needs to be treated right away. The sixth factor from which many health risks come from eating fish is overconsumption of omega-3s. Omega-3 fatty acids are good for the heart and brain, but eating too much seafood that contains them can be bad for you. The dangers of ingesting too much omega-3s or fish oils are highlighted in a review published in Nutrition Research Reviews 2020. Some of the health risks that come as a consequence of it are bleeding disorders, excessive omega-3 fatty acid intake might thin the blood, which raises the possibility of bruising and bleeding. Then there's also suppressed immune function. Consuming too many omega-3 fatty acids might impair immunity, leaving the body more vulnerable to infections. Also, vitamin imbalances, excessive levels of vitamin A and D in certain fish oils might be harmful if consumed in large amounts. Then, the last, final, seventh factor from which many health risks come from eating fish is environmental concerns impacting health. In addition to damaging marine ecosystems, overfishing and irresponsible fishing methods also have an impact on the safety and quality of fish that are available for human consumption. According to the UN's Food and Agriculture Organization, 2022, areas that are overfished frequently have greater pollution levels, which causes contaminated fish to enter the food chain. Some of the health risks that come as a consequence of it are talking about contaminated fish. Because of overfished areas frequently have greater pollution levels. Contaminated fish can make their way up the food chain, causing already previously mentioned health risks. Loss of nutritional quality, unsafe and sustainable methods can cause fish stocks to decline, which limits access to species that are high in nutrients and promote the use of less valuable substitutes. So these were the 7 main factors why people should avoid eating fish to not expose them to the health risks we discussed. Coming back to one of the points, the results of the research that eating fish contrary to the popular belief actually might harm your cardiovascular health and heart were obtained almost 20 years ago, the year 2006. Having worked for the government as a senior officer for cooperation with our European Union institutions and the United Nations World Health Organization, in abbreviation WHO. It is my experience that the guidelines that health institutions come up with, which are based on large studies and evaluated by very competent experts, take a very long time to adopt by the public. Of course, private sector lobbyists always try to delay in any way possible decisions or conclusions that are not beneficial for their business, not caring that it is in the interest of public health. And then even when the guidelines from national institutions are sent to the doctors, at least regarding eating meat, it seems like most of these doctors still don't feel obligated to inform their patients about it. I keep hearing even contrary stories when doctors, whatever their motivation might be, are saying that people should eat red meat, something that already 10 years ago was classified by the UN's World Health Organization as probably carcinogenic. At that time, consumption of processed meat was classified as carcinogenic, thankfully at least. So, conclusion. If we leave out all the ethical and environmental issues associated with eating fish nowadays, in certain cases, fish might have a beneficial addition to a balanced diet, but it's vital to understand the possible health hazards involved, the issues of mercury pollution, microplastics, parasites, PCBs, allergies, excessive omega-3 fatty acid intake, and finally, environmental concerns must all be addressed and cannot be overlooked. Thank you very much for listening this far. Please share this video with people that might benefit from this message. Don't forget to follow and subscribe on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, so other people through the algorithm can also find out about the advantages of being vegan. See you in the next episodes. All the best.